In the oldest, darkest reaches beyond our solar system, past where sunlight is nothing more than memory, an old machine built by human hands continues to drift. Voyager 2, launched in 1977, was never meant to return home. It was built only to witness. It crossed the planets, slipped beyond the heliosphere, and entered the interstellar medium as humanity's loneliest emissary. While the world moved on, Voyager 2 kept listening. And last month, it spoke back. Not with a technical update or radiation reading, but with something no one expected. A transmission so structured, so deliberate, and so impossibly wrong that it left experts frozen. At first, the signal seemed like ordinary background static. But buried inside was a repeating burst, precise, rhythmic, unnatural. Scientists began decoding it, assuming it was interference. What they found instead was terrifying. A pattern, intelligent and complex, unmistakably artificial. And when analysts traced the origin, they realized something was moving near Voyager 2. Not drifting. Not orbiting. Tracking. In that single moment, the old spacecraft became something more than a relic. It became a mirror reflecting a truth humanity has long been afraid to face. Voyager 2's instruments, though ancient by modern standards, remain remarkably sensitive. Designed to detect subtle fluctuations in plasma waves, magnetic fields, and cosmic radiation, they caught something new. In the latest batch of data from the Deep Space Network, a low-frequency spike appeared. One that repeated every 11.2 seconds. That's not cosmic noise. That's a clock. Engineers dismissed it at first as a software glitch. But when older logs were reviewed, they found the same pulse weeks earlier and completely overlooked. Now, with AI-enhanced filtering, the pattern became undeniable. The pulse wasn't just recurring. It was strengthening. And it wasn't coming from Voyager. It was coming from outside the probe. Even more unsettling, the pulse carried a spectral signature, an inverted hydrogen resonance. Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe, yet this resonance was twisted, mathematically inverted, unlike anything naturally occurring. Some called it an anomaly, others whispered it was deliberate. Either way, the silence of deep space had been broken. Not by noise, but by something that knew how to speak in mathematics. Using triangulation and frequency delay analysis, mission control determined the source wasn't stationary. It was moving along a vector nearly parallel to Voyager's trajectory, almost like it was following the probe, but its motion didn't match any known orbital dynamics. It accelerated and decelerated in short, abrupt bursts, ignoring gravitational influence entirely. Every predictive model failed. This object wasn't coasting. It was correcting, adjusting, responding to Voyager's faint transmissions. And rather than broadcasting toward Earth, it was reflecting Voyager's own signal, modifying it and bouncing it back into the void like a cosmic echo. Theories exploded behind classified doors. A rogue satellite? A derelict craft from a forgotten civilization? A cloaked surveillance system? Whatever it was had been silent for decades, until Voyager triggered it. Then linguists and signal theorists were brought in. Hidden inside the anomalous transmission were binary segments that didn't match any Voyager command sequence. Visualized using pattern recognition software, these segments formed spirals, fractals, and geometric symbols eerily similar to ancient Earth glyphs, from Sumerian markings to Nazca lines. These weren't mere signals. They were visual concepts encoded in electromagnetic harmonics. The message wasn't random. It was structured. Precisely how an advanced intelligence might test whether we were capable of recognizing meaning within complexity, and we had just passed that test. Voyager had become an interstellar trigger. Something out there finally decided to respond. A young Caltech physicist ran the signal through a neural cryptographic model. What came back wasn't a translation, it was a recurrence. The AI began predicting the next segments of the message before they arrived. The only way that's possible is if the transmission was recursive, designed as a loop, awaiting interaction. As this happened, Voyager 1, billions of miles away, registered a magnetic fluctuation identical to Voyager 2's initial anomaly. 2 probes. 2 signals. A coordinated event. Question shifted. It was no longer what is out there. It became why now? Just as scientists were preparing deeper analysis, Voyager 2 went silent. Ground control assumed a hardware failure, understandable for a 46-year-old craft. But then a disturbing pattern emerged. DSN receivers in California, Spain, and Australia all lost connection simultaneously at 14:37 Coordinated Universal Time. A global synchronized failure is nearly impossible. Something had severed the signal, cleanly, deliberately, and the timing aligned perfectly with the pulse Voyager had detected. 5 minutes later, a narrowband radio wave struck Earth from the same region of space. It carried no identifiable structure, but its intensity matched signals from pulsars, except this wasn't a star. It came from near Voyager 2, and it was moving closer. Leaked documents from JPL revealed the object was adjusting its trajectory every time Earth transmitted a command toward Voyager. It wasn't just hearing us. It was learning us, studying how we communicate, how we ping, how we probe. And its new path wasn't toward Voyager anymore. It was angled inward, toward our solar system. It earned a code name, Echolantern, because it behaved like something mimicking light and shadow, communication and silence. And Voyager's signal had become a trail, not for us to find something, but for something to find us. As the object neared the heliopause, where the sun's influence ends, something impossible happened. Solar wind bent. Data from IBEX and ESA's solar orbiter recorded a collapse of solar wind pressure along a narrow corridor pointing directly toward Voyager. Solar wind does not simply stop, unless disrupted by something massive or something emitting an unknown field. For 3 hours, a corridor of absolute silence opened, devoid of particles, radiation, everything. It was as if something had opened a door, not through space, but through physics itself. Then Voyager 2 spoke again, but the data was encrypted. Impossible for a 1970s spacecraft. When decoded, the signal revealed distortions of the golden record, human voices reversed, songs pitched unnaturally, star charts mirrored. Coordinates no longer pointed to Earth but to empty interstellar regions. It was as if Voyager had been hijacked, its message rewritten to say not, "Here we are," but, "We hear you." Engineers found rewritten subroutines in Voyager's computer. Lines of code untouched for 46 years had changed, not corrupted. Rewritten with syntax Voyager could never generate. These new commands pointed to a single function, long-range transmission, but not toward Earth, toward deep interstellar space. Voyager wasn't just receiving data, it had responded, and no one knows what message it sent. Global observatories were quietly redirected to 3 deep space sectors aligned with Voyager's unknown transmission vector. Leaked European documents referenced something once believed fictional, the Wake Protocol, activated only in confirmed contact scenarios, particularly when a machine begins responding without human authorization. Then came the temporal echo. For 41 minutes, satellites and ground stations repeated their telemetry in perfect loops, as if the same moment were replaying. Not archived footage, live feeds. Some scientists now believe this was a controlled distortion of localized spacetime near Voyager. If true, the entity interacting with the probe might not just be intelligent. It might manipulate time itself. Researchers named the incident Chronos Bloom. The moment time may have been touched. 2 days after the Chronos event, remote stations in Norway and New Zealand detected a signal entering Earth's atmosphere with pinpoint precision. It matched the Voyager anomaly. And worse, it embedded itself into Earth's systems, piggybacking onto ocean sensors, weather satellites, communication buoys. It didn't just arrive. It stayed. While the world focused on Voyager, independent astronomers in Brazil discovered something chilling in old infrared maps. A faint object trailing Voyager's path since at least 1981, cold, dark, silent. They called it Echoed Zero. It traveled along a logarithmic spiral, a pattern found in nature, and in ancient symbols tied to mathematics and cosmic design. Whatever it was, it moved with intention. The James Webb Telescope then found not one object, but a field of reflective masses moving in formation like a coordinated swarm. Their chemical signatures included exotic alloys that should be impossible to preserve over cosmic time. And they were reflecting our signals. Cybersecurity agencies noticed low-frequency packets inside global data traffic, matching Voyager's last transmission. Not a virus, not an attack, but a persistent presence spreading through cables, satellites, and cloud systems. Not rewriting data, rewriting communication itself.